a look at the background of this page, and you can understand like why I wanted to cover it up. I had some free printables of some vintage beautiful kind of printouts, and I've been wanting to use that particular one for a while, and at this stage I'm just covering up all that kind of ugliness with gesso. Didn't like it at all for some reason. And I'm dedicating this page to my gorgeous friend Heidi Richards. Her little photo is sitting there on the right hand side amongst all the other things, and she has sent me so many beautiful things that have been used in this journal, and I have that beautiful little photo of her, and I really wanted to just honour her on this page. So I'm using some Delusion sprays over the gesso when it's wet, and I'll put a list of the Delusions that I'm using in there, but essentially I'm just letting them run, spraying them with water, dampening them down. Then I'm going to roll them off with some paper towel and just leave some of the marks there. And then it's a little bit dry now, so it's a very interesting kind of background actually. You can see some of the stuff underneath and the stuff over the top. So I'm going to just glue down this free printable that I've got that I absolutely love. And the idea here is to put your adhesive on both sides, on the paper and on the page, and any bits that are left over. And that went on really, really well actually. I just used a scraper as I was actually gluing it down, and it did really well, and I really love that. And at this point you're sitting there going, ugh. So I'm using some transparent raw sienna, and just you're probably sitting there going, ooh, look at that. So now I've got a baby wipe, and I'm just wiping back the brown, and then I applied the brown on the baby wipe because I liked the effect that I was getting, and I just darkened it down a little bit because I didn't really want it to be yellow. I love this little bird washi tape here, and it sort of goes along with the bird. So I just wanted to add a few pieces of it and really press it down into the wetness. This is adhesive Hessian. I actually pulled the adhesive back off, so I sat here and just feathered all the edges around. Took me a little while. Feathered all the edges around, and then I thought to myself, oh, I should probably ink it. So I just left it there, and then had a look at, thought about what will I do with Heidi's photo, and used some of the same paint and just darken that right down. And somebody sent me a couple of bingo cards, lucky little bingo, very cute. I've been wanting to use them for a while, and I had a bit of an idea about what I would do. So this is a Kaiser Craft stamp, and I really love it. It's one of my most favourite stamps, and I love the fact that I can just use it just randomly in bits of places, and you don't have to use it as such a feature like I've done on the left hand side. And I can just go and put some of that print over all of that, and you can see I'm just gradually building that background up. So I've got an idea that I'll start my saying with the word lucky, and I really like that. So now I'm just inking up all my edges, and I'm using vintage photo in Tim Holtz with my Ranger tool. So now I'm doing the same thing, and I'm going around the edges, so you can still see the sprays and the greens and the pinks underneath, but they're really starting to just blend in really, really well. And I actually was able to colour down the washi tape as well and darken that down. I'm just going around the bingo card and really doing the edges very thoroughly. And then I thought, oh yeah, I'll do the same to the Hessian. And then I thought, oh, I'm going to really go into the edges because I don't know how much of it's going to show out. And I keep thinking, what will I say, what will I say? I've got some embellishments, and this is how I'm going to kind of do it. Yep. So layering it, so I pull the plastic backing off, and then I go, ah, that's not sticky, so now I need to use some of my gel matte medium. and just glue that down. And again, and layering it all. Love that. And then I just applied a little bit of weight. I had a little bit of matte medium that went through the hessian there. I love this like baker's twine. So what I'm actually doing here is just thinking about, okay, well, what am I going to do with that baker's twine? What am I going to do with other bits and pieces? So now I've decided what I'm going to actually say. And what I'm going to say is I want the word you there. So I'm going to ink that up. And I just want that one word there. There we go. So lucky you. And then I thought to myself, okay, I'll pull out some of these random little alphabet stamps that I've got that Gina Aaron sent me. To know you. And I just line them up the edges with Heidi's photo there. And I just put them all back in randomly because I'm like, yeah, okay. Get them out of there. So then I had a look at I wanted to put a little bit more washi tape on the corner of the card, just marry it in and do that layering a little bit. So the twine, I just get my fine liner that I've got some gel medium in and popped it under there, and then just put little bits of it in there so that I could just put that so it would flay out a little bit. And then I decided to blacken the U in with a marker because it wasn't quite dark enough, a la Vicky Papaneau. But I do that anyway, but yeah, she does it quite often. And then I thought, oh yeah, I would like to have highlights. And then I thought, yeah, down the letters of the side. So I'm using my pit marker because that's a glossy surface. So now I'm just doing that just to darken the edges. When that dries, it's India ink. And I'm doing the same to the washi tape, and that worked really, really well. So now you can see that washi tape is dark. So now I just decided I would highlight them because I didn't want those words down the side to get lost. And I'm getting right near the end. I was looking to see if I could put any further embellishments on, but I really kind of just found a paper clip and decided to go for that. And that's the end, folks. Learn something new, it keeps you young.